What up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine. We're going to take a look at this little lightweight notebook, Google Chromebook, whatever you want to call it. It's called the Pixelbook, and you can see it now on geekazine.com. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine. Think magazine, put in the geek, you got me. And of course today we're going to take a look at the Google Pixelbook, a nice little laptop for those who want power. If you haven't used a Chromebook, I haven't used a Chromebook before. So this is actually my first Chromebook. Find me on Twitter and Facebook and all that other stuff. And of course, we're doing this review live over on Geekazine Live. That's over at youtube.com/Geekazine or twitch.tv/Geekazine. I'd like to thank my friends over at Verizon for sending me a review copy of the Pixelbook. Of course, I got to send it back, but the opinions of this device are my own, and you can check everything out over at geekazine.com on those policies. So this is the Google Pixelbook, and of course, let's move over here. So this is the Google Pixelbook. And it's lightweight. We'll get into the specs into a second here. Standard laptop, it can then tent mode, so you can run it in a tablet mode going like that. Let it focus in, there we go. And of course you can fold it into a full tablet. And it's a nice, it's a large tablet, so you can use this for whatever you need to. Maybe you're out on the road, you need a tablet, or you want to flip it to the desktop. Yeah, it's got, let's take a look at the side here. We've got a headphone jack and a USB-C port on one side. We'll flip it to the other side. We have a single USB port right there. This, you got the screen right here, and then you've got definitely a bezeled area. So you easier holding probably this way. Nice big bright screen, but when you fold it up, you can use it just like a laptop. So you can bring it in, you can set it up. What's nice for streaming is I could actually put this thing down, and then you don't even see the laptop here. But when I need it, I can just fold it right up and go from there. Powered through the USB-C ports, and I have this nice little cable which will let us see the screen as we go. So let's plug that in. So now you're seeing the actual Chromebook, the Pixelbook here. Here's the desktop. Put it in sleep mode. It's you can ask for a password or a PIN. Standard options to shut down, sign out, or to enter in your PIN. All right, let's take a look at the specs of the Pixelbook. It's running off the 7th gen Intel Core processor. It's on i5. This one is an i5 at 1.2 gigahertz, but you can get one an i7 if you need the power. And if you're using it for video or anything like that, yeah, you definitely want to have an i7. But for the $750 mark, I believe is the price at this point. It started out at $1,000. This is what you'll get. You can either get 8 or 16 gigabytes of RAM inside. The screen is a 12.3-inch display. It does have dual stereo speakers, and it has 4 microphones in it. The Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and it says that it has a 720p 60 frame per second camera and a 3-axis gyroscope sensor. And that's basically to tell you, hey, you know, I'm tablet mode, I'm in regular mode, I'm running portrait, I'm running landscape. So when you flip it with the keyboard on the back and you're using it in tablet mode, you're not typing on the keyboard, and it's not affecting what you're doing right there. We got a backlit keyboard, we got a glass trackpad, rubber palm rest with 10-hour battery life, 2 USB-C ports, 12 megabyte. Now these are just USB-C, not Thunderbolt 3, and a 3.5 millimeter 3-pole headphone jack, so you can put in your microphone headphone combo and do something like get onto Skype, get onto Google Hangouts, or anything like that. So let's take a look a little bit more on the camera on those specs that I just talked about. The backlit keyboard, so when I start typing, it's of course the lights are on high, so you can't see it right now. We have the rubber rests right here, and then of course the glass trackpad. And you use a Chromebook with 1 or 2 fingers. So if you want a single click, you do 1. If you want the right click, you do 2. Headphone right here, USB ports right there. So I did take the Pixelbook to Las Vegas with me a couple weeks ago for Infocom. It was really nice. I had my MacBook Pro and my Pixelbook. The MacBook Pro being a little bit bigger than this device right here, and the lightweight of this of the Pixelbook made it so I could actually bring this with me to the convention center along with my camera gear, and it sat in my backpack as I moved from area to area. I could do it with the MacBook Pro, but it's a little bit heavier and noticeable. This was absolutely not noticeable at all. I could pull it out with the 10-hour battery life. I knew I could get some work done. Things like putting together articles or checking my Twitter feed, or even connecting up to my home streaming computer so I could see if the stream is still running, things like that. Simple business needs. Now, it does have the camera in it, so I could have done a Skype into somebody else's show, podcast, vlog, whatever. The camera's a little interesting. I had some issues with the camera. In fact, I'll flip over to this screen. But we've got the camera working now. It does do photos. It does do video. There's only one camera on this device, and that's facing forward. So if anything, if you want to get a privacy cover, piece of tape, whatever you want to call it. But the camera looks pretty good. I don't see it as 720p 60 frames a second. I've checked the settings everywhere. There's nothing that shows me how to do that, but every time I've done any type of recording or hangout or anything like that, everything is done in 720p. If I was doing something simply like getting on somebody's show to talk about something, the camera looks pretty decent. Now let's get through some of the other pros and cons that we have on here. Pros, it's very lightweight. Like I said, I had it on me in my bag, and it was easy to go from area to area, and it was very easy to use. You can use the stylus, and the stylus is $99, and this is the best part. It uses the Wacom Stylus. Now, this is the Wacom Stylus that's from my HP X2. So if you don't want to pay $99 for that stylus, you got you got multiple machines like I do, you can get this, or you can go to Wacom itself and actually check their pens to see if there's any compatible with this. It works pretty well on the touch screen. There were some reports earlier on that said that it wasn't working too well. That has changed since then, and I can use it pretty much on anything. In fact, this is the laser pointer option. You can see that, so I can circle that. It also has the ability, so if I go into a web page and I want to identify something, I can say assistant, and then I can circle here, and it'll come in here into assistant, and it'll show me, it says it can't find anything on the screen I can help with, so it's not finding me. Let's do that again. Let's circle here. This is one of the reviews I just did. It says nothing here. Oh, here we go. We got blue marble. We've got marble. So it's showing me different patterns and stuff like that. But the other cool thing about this is, okay, Google, open geekazine.com. Got some results, geekazine.com. So this has got the full assistant, Google Assistant in here. You can also pair it with other devices, like I have the Sonos one behind me, the Riva wand in the other room, and I can pair it with those devices so I can have sound going there, and so I can watch movies from here and not listen to the sound on this, because that's actually one of the cons that I'm going to be talking about here. So let's move on with the other pros. Like I said, it's a full Android device, and it's using the most updated Play Store, and it's using the Wacom Stylus for pens. And the other good thing about the Wacom Stylus is when you go to do something, you could actually rest your palm on the screen as you're using the stylus, and it's not affecting that at all. I like that a lot. Some of the cons, the first one, like I said, the video is a big problem right there because of the fact that it's touting that you're supposed to be able to have 720p 60 frames a second. I have not seen that happen yet. So this is the Pixelbook without headphones. I've got a fan running. So if somebody starts typing. You can hear that. It's very annoying. What can you do? Yeah, it's not coming from this microphone. It's coming from this microphone down here. So, so now we've got the headset in. We should be going from this microphone as opposed to here. So if you're typing, you shouldn't be. The audio is not that great. I did a couple recordings with headset in and with the headset not in. It has got 4 microphones around it, and then the speakers are in the keyboard area. It records fine. When you go to listen it back, it sounds a little canned. So they're smaller speakers. I'm not exactly sure what brand of speakers they are, but it's not the best device to be listening through the laptop. Like I said, a Sonos, Riva, or just headphones might be a better experience for you. With that said, overall, it's a pretty darn good machine to have if you're there, if you check in your email, if you're going web surfing, if you've got a Pixel phone or Android phone 5.0 or better, you can actually pair it with this device. That way you run the wireless from there, so you can do some surfing while you're on the road or in the park or wherever there's not Wi-Fi. Other than that, we've got a pretty good Pixelbook right here. If you're looking for something that's easy to use, easy to turn on, easy to configure, all you have to do is open it up and put in your username, password. It then populates everything and gets you going. Download the apps from the Play Store, play the games. One of my favorite games, of course, is Clash of Clans, and I called it up on here. I brought it up. It's easy to bring up. Let's get that out of the way. So I called up my Clash of Clans, and it comes right up here. We just got the update to the new version of Clash of Clans with the Town Hall 12. Looks like one of my village was attacked, so I've got to rebuild that and do all my collection and get all my resources back to where they are. But pretty easy using the touch screen. I can collect, I can set up, and I can attack, and have a nice big screen to do that in. And of course, many different games you can play on there with the i5 processor, with the i7 processor. Everything that I've opened up, I don't see any type of jitter or lag or anything like that. It does a great job in delivering the apps in the Play Store and the games in the Play Store, as long as they're updated to current versions. Keep in mind, some of these apps haven't been updated in a while, and so they don't reflect to the newer versions of Android. And that is the Google Pixelbook here. Check it out. Nice and light and thin and easy to use. Tablet mode, tent mode, or laptop mode, however you need it in whatever situation you're going to use it. Nice glass area, nice aluminum frame, so it's pretty solid. And of course, there is some options for customizability. As we see, we got a couple screws on the bottom here, so this plate does come off. Let's take a look at some of the reviews online. Over at Best Buy, they have a 4.6 overall customer rating. And of course, Amazon, they have a 4 out of 5 star review. Right now, $749 for the Pixelbook. It was originally $1,000 when it came out, but for $749, is it going to be something that you're going to need for your work? When I first got this, I was in the airport getting ready to go to Las Vegas, and somebody came up and said, you know, I saw the Pixelbook. I really want one. What do you think? We've gone all Google. We've ditched our Windows. We've ditched our MacBooks, and we want to do this. We've got our Pixel phones, so they'll tether easily. And I said, hey, you know, so far so good. It works like any other i5 or i7 machine. So check it out. Google Pixelbook. Let me know what you think if you've got one by going down, commenting below over on youtube.com/geekazine. And while you're there, why don't you go ahead, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for the notifications when the next videos come out. This has been the Google Pixelbook review over at Geekazine. Thank you guys very much for being a part of that. Till next time, you guys geek out, and we'll see ya. Take care.